The beautiful, sunny Valencia, Spain is where all the Rocket League action is happening this weekend here at DreamHack Valencia. And the action is only getting better here in day number 2 as we've been able to sift through some of the competitors to sit at the top of all the Rocket League action we have at hand. Names like Dignitas, Renault Vitality, Cloud9, all of them battling it out here today. Just watch, a series coming out from Dignitas, also that Renault Vitality, and it was pretty clean here, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Vitality first team to day 3, so they're doing it in style, 12-0 so far throughout this tournament, and again, against PSG, right? So PSG, a very competitive team, and Vitality, again, another 3-0.
And it was the first time we saw them on stream, and it was nice to see them continue the streak of just sweeping because, last DreamHack at Dallas, we saw Barcelona do the same thing, and then they came on stream, and then it was the complete opposite of what we saw in their offline matches. And it's nice to see Vitality come through and continue to be dominant and just keep the pressure forward with these clean sweeps.
And the competition is really thriving across the board. And one thing that I do want to suggest, if any of you have not checked into the B stream, that we do have a very good series going on there between Dignitas and Ghost, very competitive, and an elimination matchup for some very big names in the Rocket League scene.
Yeah, we can't show every game here, but on the B stream, we're showing everyone at least, or most games that we can, and we got to see, man, Dignitas and Ghost, the battle of NA and EU. Like, NA's had that edge lately. We'll see who pulls that series out.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to be able to see whether or not, Astral and the performance that he's had there with the rest of Dig, especially against different levels and tiers there of the competition coming through. But our series at hand here for today, now, is a pretty juicy one here, as it is going to be between the River Rats up against the Bricks, and the Bricks had a pretty solid performance in their first series today.
Excuse me, Dred. You didn't say the full name of River Rats, please?
Okay, it's the Randy Gibbons River Rats.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate it, and all that coaching has been very successful. They took down Energy on day number 1, so they basically inherited that 4th seed. They took down Ghost, and now the River Rats have a chance for day 3.
Yeah, they continue with the trend of the super sub. Turbo's done it before. Season 3, can he take another land victory here? I think he can. Definitely possible. But the Bricks looked so solid. Every single play was so great, and incorporating also, everybody.
We talk about super subs. It's usually speed, but now a lot coming in for the Bricks. So that's a new roster as well. Both these guys are maybe not so much practice going in. I assume Bricks have a little bit more because the River Rats, obviously, it's from 2 different regions. Turbo from Europe, and then NA with Corrupted G and Classic. So not a lot of practice there, but they're here to have fun, while the Bricks, it's a tryout period for them for a lot.
Have we ever had a hybrided team ever before, regionally speaking? Because I think it's very, very interesting to consider.
I mean, to be fair, we did have it with EG, with Corrupt G and Classics, with Drippet, of course. So that was the first, and they were the trendsetters. But I have a good analogy for the River Rats here. So when you get mediocre food, you get like chicken and rice, and it's like kind of plain. That's what Corrupted G and Classics were. But what makes a dish, for at least this season, right? At least this season. But for what makes a dish is a fantastic sauce. And you know who that fantastic sauce is? That's Turbo Pulse. That turns around this entire dish, and the River Rats are looking to make it to day 3. And that is as a top 4 seed, the second team to make day 3.
You know what, Gibbs? I love your coaching style. You just roast 2 of the players, and then you compliment the other one.
I roasted Turbo yesterday. Now I got to roast the other 2 today.
So you balance it out. So your coaching style is very aggressive. I love it. But the River Rats, they're solid. They don't have any pressure on them at all. They're they're like the meme team. If they had Mout, it'd be even crazier. Everything would be going their way. But the River Rats, they're going to put up a showing here against the Bricks.
And on the other side, man, the Bricks look good earlier today. We saw them on stream. Speeding a lot. They love playing together, and a lot. He wants to join this team for the RLCS. He's been relegated the past 2 seasons, but RLCS teams keep picking up, and he proved his worth when he was on Mouse Sports. Now he's proven it once again on the Bricks. They were top 3 at DreamHack Dallas when they were Mouse Sports playing with Tigre, but now you're bringing Cooks here. You're bringing the legend himself, then it's going to get even better.
Yeah, and Cooks here really stepped up again on their first series that we got to see on the stream here today. We've always been talking about the synergy there from Speed and a lot due to their performance at other DreamHacks together, but I feel like he has been the real standout player here for this roster.
And the interesting thing is that Cooks here used to play with Mike Rules and Marky Duda, who were a goofy duo in the first place. They had so much banter, and then it's interesting to see them, Cooks here alone, come back, and then to be put in between a lot and Speed, going back and forth. It's almost like he thrives in the banter of teams.
Yeah, like it seems like it's just a throwback to season 1 or even before the RLCS. With that Flipside Tactics, we keep talking about Speed. He is that new Marky Duda. That's what everyone always says. He's just a goofball, and it seems like Cooks here loves him.
Yeah, and there's an interesting element that can happen in competition when you start beating your opponent and it seems like it's not affecting their mentality. And I can't help but feel like going against the Bricks, there's an element of that. It's actually a common tactic in MOBA genre in the Korean region that when you start beating them, they'll start laughing as if it almost didn't matter to them. And it becomes very difficult to gauge, were they even caring or trying? And it feels like the Bricks have that element to them. Like, you don't really know because they're just always going to be having a good time out there.
And that's half the battle with Rocket League is morale, I feel like. We have momentum, and morale is a huge play for Rocket League because it's so physics-based that it's like a battle of inches. Sometimes that morale or momentum just gets you that much closer to goals, and it seems like the Bricks are just not faced.
Yeah, and I mean, it's almost like both teams right now are exactly like that. We got the River Rats, who have the best coach in the world. I can't say it enough. And they don't have any pressure on them. The super sub trend, can they continue it? And then you got the Bricks, who are just, having fun, enjoying their time out there. But then it's a little bit more serious because we saw a lot. He really, really wants that spot on that roster and is trying to make a statement and prove that he's valuable to that team.
Well, it is time for the predictions here, and normally I'd ask for both of the members here at the panel and figure out both of their ideas, but it's very clear. We've already got one of their opinions sitting between the young man over here, coach himself.
I got my coaching glasses
your
on.
Alter ego.
I'm ready to analyze the play, and these boys are going to take it. Easy 3-up.
Okay. You know what, Gibbs? So we always talk about how Gibbs is guessing. Well, I guess I'm going to be guessing 2.
Smart man.
I'm going to be going with the River Rats.
That's where the shirt went.
Yeah. Can I have this?
No, you cannot. Absolutely not. I will make you one, all right?
What if I want to be a coach, though? I could probably do better than you.
Come on, I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that. Maybe analyst.
Bang, bang.
Maybe.
That's the shots here out from Turtle. My goodness, he goes from mimicking through the guessing to I am the captain now.
Yeah,
I could never replace you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke.
Hey,
I could never replace.
That's good coaching. Roasting is good.
Okay.
You're learning from the best. Learning from the best there. I am going to sit on the side of the Bricks here. I'm going to remain on their background. Plus, I've just got a problem with this guy sitting next to me. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Just wear the shirt. Like if they win, you just got to wear it.
Okay, I'll make the deal. If I end up losing this, I'll wear it.
And you'll do better than me and Gibbs combined.
Yeah, exactly here. But look at that. Actually, everybody at home sitting very close when it comes to the vote there. I'm honestly pretty surprised. I thought the River Rats, just purely off of the memes and the love alone, would have been carrying this one away.
You forget there is Cooks here, though, right? It's that factor on that squad. Plus a lot of speed. Yeah. They are very lovable as well, but Twitch Chat is wrong here.
Yeah, and if Cooks here is feeling good, it's scary, but, Randy Gibbons, it's in the name, in the title.
High expectations for this team with that name, but I think they'll do it.
Yeah, understandably so, man. With the level of performance you have while you're out there on the field, moving in analytics, it makes sense that Gibbons in the world of Rocket League translates to just W's at the end of the day here. But now we got to see if our commentary crew actually agrees. It is going to be none other than Johnny Boy and Shogun here. Guys, do you believe in the coaching staff of the Randy Gibbons River Rats, or are you on the side of the Bricks?
I kind of thought Isaac Apps River Rats had a good ring to him.
Yeah, there we go. That's right. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, it's hard. Both of these are just such fan favorite teams that I actually thought there was going to be a proper 50-50 split here.
Yeah.
So the fact that Bricks have managed to take it might say something.
All right, well, let's go ahead and figure it out here.
Right then, so here we go. And this is going to be, I believe it's an elimination match, or is this to
this
get
is
the upper
for
bracket?
day 3. So winner of this will progress. The loser of this will go up against the winner of Veloce and Grind Zero Gaming later for a second shot at day 3. But you want to get that preferential seeding to get a slightly easier matchup to start the day. So this is huge. Not just because you get to day 3, but when you arrive there, you probably face a team that are slightly easier to beat.
And both these teams, I mean, we've seen serious faces. Classic's got quite a serious face on right now, but both these teams seem to have so much fun. This is a pickup team over here, the former EVA Geniuses. They managed to keep their spot from getting in top 4 last tournament.
Yeah.
Over in Dallas. They decided to pick up Turbo Pulsar. They've been having a lot of fun overall, taking some big names as well. Yesterday, dropping NRG. Over inside the Bricks, this has been a team that, on paper, if you saw these names, you wouldn't think it would work, but it seems to be working perfectly, just like that play from a lot.
Wow, a lot just bulldozed this one. It's like Turbo Pulsar wasn't even there. He just goes straight through him. Now that's a 5-second 1-0 lead for the Bricks. The analyst desk did pick River Rats to win this one, but looking at the teams that both these guys have been up against so far, I think the Bricks have got the more impressive results. Taking down Dig. And yesterday as well, they looked solid against Barcelona, 3-0, just clean sweep against them. The Bricks seem to be on form, and this could be the end of or at least the end of the winning streak. I don't think it'll be the end of their tournament. River Rats definitely looking like a day 3 team. This is definitely the toughest matchup they've had so far.
Gonna be over the top from a lot. Crook to G. Nice clear from him. He's gonna force Cookseer back. And if you want experience on your team, Cookseer is exactly the player to do it. He already has a DreamHack title under his belt, winning DreamHack Summer back in 2017, though. That's not recent enough for Cookseer. He's going to want another one. He's going to want it right here, right now. It's Turbo. Going to be able to take a hold of this ball. Taking a lot of time for it. There's a lot wanted to try and take him out. He's going to continue to just bully him on the other side of the field.
I'm really impressed yesterday by the River Rats' ability to slow down the ball when they're under pressure. They never panic when they're in the back. That's, been a big problem for a lot of teams today. Dignitas earlier were giving away a lot of easy goals, despite coming out of the goal line where it might be better to sit back there, hitting the ball away when it might be better to hold on to it. So look out for that in the River Rats, is trying to bring it down. Take it out of defense. Actually, they're not doing it well here. They've given it away, but the Bricks denied by the crossbar. It's gonna be a second touch and a good save by Classics. Still, Bricks are piling on the pressure here, looking like the quicker of the two teams.
Yeah, they've managed to hold on to the midfield for a very long time. Infield pass to Speed. Saved by Corrupted G. Shot was right down the middle. Now Cook's here. 0 boost for him. Still keeping it dangerous though. River Rats really struggling to get out of this final third. It's gonna be bounced down. Corrupted G straight over to Cooks here. Turbopulsar can clear. A lot, couldn't get that double tap. That might be an opportunity for Turbopulsar to clear. He's got Corrupted G. Straight down to Classics again, and finally, River Rats are able to breathe, but it might only last for a mere second.
Yeah, it was good passing out of defense there by the River Rats. Bricks were able to keep pressure on them for a long time. The Bricks have looked so good in offense today, creating like a lot of realistic chances, which is something that other teams at this event have struggled to do. They're in attack for a long time, but not much happens. Bricks, on the other hand, they look deadly every time they get the ball into the middle. There's always somebody going for it. They never let the ball go uncontested in the other team's box.
A lot to Cooks here again. Turbopulsar and Corrupted G. Both of them could have double committed there, but Turbopulsar's making his way back to defense. Now goes for a challenge. That's going to be awkward for Cooks here. Puts over to the corner. Straight down again. Corrupted G's going to be second best. Turbopulsar holding himself all the way back. So far, River Rats really struggling to put together a solid opportunity for themselves. Over halfway into this game, and no real test for the Bricks over in defense. Turbo trying to change that right now. Off the backboard, just straight over to Speed, who had that red the entire way.
Yeah, there's nobody following up there for the River Rats. If the ball does go across the box quickly, there's not a chance anybody's going to reach it. Maybe need to take a leaf out of the Bricks book and try and be a bit quicker into that position. Because look how fast they get into that spot. As soon as the ball's in a dangerous position, there's already someone there. Quick as you like. Still only one goal, though, for the Bricks. Despite all their chances, another one comes off the crossbar.
Turbo trying to find Corrupted G. It's going to be dangerous, but Speed always comes in at just the last moment to try and help out his team. He never seems like he stops. Very good at maintaining his momentum at all times. Going to go above a lot. Can't get the shot. Turbopulsar right down the middle. A lot found a little bit too far forwards.
Well, there it is. There's the misplay that we've been waiting for. Good pass out by Corrupted G. And a lot not making contact. You know, the aerial that he had before this was also uncontested, and he stuck that one too high. So a lot looking maybe a tiny bit off target so far. The speed was there, but the accuracy's dropped off a little bit. Sometimes that does happen when you're trying to play as fast as humanly possible.
Classics downfield. He's actually got Corrupted G, who will put on target.
Wow.
And in no time at all, Randy Gibbons Ribbon Rats have turned this around.
Just like that, 2 passing plays downfield, 2 goals. The Bricks have, like you said earlier, almost received no pressure from the River Rats the entire game. And then 2 counter-attack goals in a row. Catch them off guard. Now with a minute left, the River Rats are in front. Turbopulsar looking for another one. Shut down by Coxer.
Corrupted G trying to go for it. Speed was way too low on that to really have an impact. Coxer and the rest of the Bricks have got 50 seconds to try and turn around a game that they have been dominant in for the most part. Corrupted G can be to a lot. Lot's shot. Got to find Speed, who's managed to get a second touch. Might be able to create him from this. He's got passing option. Cooks here. Tries to find the backboard. Turbopulsar, whose rotations are usually so solid, keeping up that consistency.
And Turbo is popping the ball out a couple of times here, and the third time. Every time a lofted clear just to waste a little bit of time. But oh, it's almost in. Cooks is going to finish it off. All 3 players of the Bricks so aggressively positioned. And that's what you want to see at the end of a game. It doesn't matter where your third man is when you're down 2-1 with 20 seconds left. Who cares if you're getting scored on the counter-attack? Just get in there, make these chances count.
Cooks here reading the rotation very well, but early shot will be taken over by the Italian. Right downfield as well. He's really hit that one clean, and Corrupted G's not got contact. Cooks here takes it by himself.
3-2. This game is going end to end. Suddenly, the bricks are in front. Turbo with an uncharacteristic miss. Corrupted G thinks, yeah, maybe I'll do that as well. The Classics just had no chance with Kux coming in that quickly. 10 seconds left. Can the River Rats create something on the kickoff?
Gonna need to as well. A little bit of an awkward angle drop there for Corrupted G as he just spun out. Classics tries to find Turbo. They've kept the play alive. Turbo's got to take on the world. And he can't quite do it. The bricks have got our opening match.
What a game. It was all the bricks for the start of it. And then out of nowhere, 2 counter-attack goals for Randy Gibbs River Rats. But then looked like the bricks decided at the end of the match, let's just do that as well. Let's just score 2 goals in 9 seconds. Maybe we'll get our lead back. Kux is pouncing on 2 opportunities. And that's what you like to see from him at LAN. You think Speed's hydrated enough?
That's usually where he has the headset as well.
Where's their manager to get them more water? He's running out.
I think Speed's gone through all of that today.
He's chugging that water.
That is a hydrated man.
He's still going. He's not had enough. If we go back and that's empty, then somebody needs to get up there.
We're going to get out of this game, this next one. Speed's not going to be at the desk. He's had to run off.
Well, luckily, the toilet is pretty close, but man, he's definitely going to be hydrated enough going into game number 2. He's hardly started here.
I mean, that last game, I think, made everyone sweat, so I think Speed's ahead of the curve.
Oh, that's not good enough, though, at the end there by River Rats. You know, watching it back, it is unforgivable to miss the ball twice in a row at this level. The Bricks, who have been one of the most aggressive and clinical teams in front of the opposition net, are not going to let you get away with that, especially not on LAN.
No, the Bricks having a phenomenal time together as of late. A lot in Speed, becoming a power duo.
A power couple.
Power couple.
Yeah.
Actually, wouldn't argue with that phrasing at all either, actually. And both always good for a good laugh. Turbo actually gets dunked. Classics is up against Speed, and Speed does well. Classics tried to grab it for the flick, but the first touch did end up bobbling on top of his car. Still, Randy giving River Rats. Then the whole name just catch me off every single time.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
It is.
That's where the Isaac app River Rats would be.
Oh, that would be so much easier.
Simple to handle. Maybe if they do lose this one, they'll be looking for a new coach. Wait and see. Put the blame on Gibbs. Looking like it might be that way right now. Bricks are piling on the pressure again. River Rats hold on for the time being. More chances coming through for the Bricks. It feels like it's only a matter of time before they're going to find the back of the net. First minute gone. River Rats are stuck in their own half again and again. Bricks have got to look out for that counter-attack, though. They caught them off guard twice in the last game.
I think at this point, when you've been hit on the counter-attack twice and you're still being that aggressive, it just seems like it's a risk that they're happy with. If they try and play the other way, they're not going to feel comfortable when Cook's here.
Wow.
Well, he's not going to hit that one any easier. That was a very comfortable goal for him.
Great pass by Speed. Taking Corrupted G out of the game. I don't even think Corrupted G had vision on Speed there. He's coming in from just a recovery, really. He's just rotating back and thinks, actually, I can get in about this ball, put it in the middle for Kux. 1-0. Every time the Bricks get a chance, they're making them count.
I think that's a very good spot for the Bricks to be in as well. Between Speed, between a lot, very difficult players to try and read. And then you've just got the pure class of Cooks here, and it's a very difficult squad overall to deal with.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they were getting actually pretty lucky at the end against Dignitas earlier. Oh, that's a goal, actually. Turbo Pulse to getting one back. I'm not sure how this one made it into the middle uncontested. Up to G's touch was on target. It looks like Kux just decided to come off the goal line to contest. I don't know if he thought he had backup there, maybe, but it's a one-goal game.
It almost looked like he just assumed a lot was going to be able to play the ball out.
Yeah, he just decided to move off there, maybe afraid of Corrupted G going for a direct shot, but the pass was definitely a scarier option, in my opinion. Save there by Speed. The crossbar had a handle, but you might as well get a touch to make sure the ball doesn't bounce out to a dangerous place. Corrupted G going here. That's actually just bouncing on target. He's saved by Turbo Pulse, huh? Now it's the Bricks colliding as Speed and the rotation out comes into contact with Cutter. It's all getting a bit messy here in game 2. We're all tied up regardless.
A messy game you would expect to go towards the River Rats. Definitely seems where they were thriving yesterday. Classics pushes the ball to the far corner. Can't follow it up again. No speed, and the rest of the bricks have managed to work this out. And a lock shot. It needed to be faster. It's just about snuck in.
Wow, that bump. Again, speed sets up the shot. He claps Corrupted G out the net. And it was a slow roller, like you say, but maybe he's just done that to frustrate Classics as it goes in, just out of reach. 2-1 to the bricks.
Half the game gone. The bricks looking to put themselves on match point. If they can do that, they will be able to secure their spot in tomorrow's top 8. But it seems like the goals that they're conceding are a bit wobbly.
It's just another ball that's bounced into the middle and you're not quite sure how it got there. It looks like Kux might have been landed on by Corrupted G or something, but again, Kuxer getting caught out as he exits the goal line. He just waits a little bit more and he might be able to get that for free, but 2 goals, very similar fashion for River Rats. They're right back in this one.
Classics. Putting that one straight back over to the bricks, but got there quite late. Speeds. You're lucky to get there first, but also getting a demo on Turbo Pulsar. Now Turbo. He's pulled out of the corner. So the bricks trying to force their will on the offensive side yet again. All tied up at the moment, 2-2. Classics has Turbo as an option. Turbo not looking too comfortable with that one. Probably could have done with playing himself a bit wider. And the bricks have got all the chances, and no one's really going for this. For the first time this series, hesitation from the bricks.
Yeah, they're definitely the faster team, but like you said, it's rare to see a ball bounce into the middle and not have someone there following up. Maybe there just wasn't enough boost or momentum to get there. But most of the time that you're putting the ball into that sweet spot, there will be another brick there to try and take a shot.
Turbo. Classics goes out looking for a demo, something that he became pretty much known for during the past few years. Trying to utilize it yet again to break down the bricks. Turbo finds the backboard. He was unchallenged, and Turbo Pulsar finds the angle.
Wow, Turbo Pulsar just man mode straight through the entire team. It's like Speed and a lot got in a little bit of a confusing position there. A lot wasn't able to stop the ball from bouncing off the wall. Maybe just getting out of the way of Speed would have made more sense there. But Turbo Pulsar got in the mix. They're with 1 minute left, up by a goal, just like they were in game number 1.
So that means the lead's going to change about 3 more times.
Let's see if the bricks can bring it back. They're creating chances, there's no doubt about that.
Up to G. I'm getting further than Cooks here. Bricks once again getting possession downfield. Speed takes an early shot, but Turbo's stop. Gets so much distance on it as well. That's more time gone. Classics to make it a 2-goal lead. Cooks here has just got the ball bounced into him. The bricks, just as soon as this ball hits their final third, they look so shaky. And Speed clears right down the middle.
20 seconds left. Like I said, it's been the bricks looking awkward in defense. The position is not there at times, but River Rats, credit to them. They are creating awkward situations and thriving therein. It's like the final 10 now. Ball's still stuck hard in the bricks end. Turbo getting a double touch to keep it there. So the final 2 seconds, Cuxer finally gets a pop, but Corrupted G will slap it right back in. I think that could be the game. Classics could grind this. Oh, Cux has kept it up. Maybe heroics to come. Still a lot of work to do. They're making progress though. Speed now. It's on top of his car. He's going to run into Classics though. And that miss should be the game. It is indeed. River Rats lock in the tie series. Very interesting stuff here. Both teams showing a lot of heart, but this time it was the River Rats who were the better team in the weird sort of chaotic situations that you were talking about.
Yeah, overall, the bricks struggling an awful lot when it comes to that backboard. Every time it bounced off there, they just looked uncomfortable. They didn't know who was supposed to be going for it. They didn't know who was supposed to really be doing what. They want to try and clean that up. Offensively, looking very solid. Defensively, shaky. Very, very shaky. It's going to be all... I mean, it almost seems like we're just looking towards how the bricks do right now. The River Rats have a level, and they have stuck to it, and they've been consistent at that level.
Yeah, it's rare to see a team play with such composure. Oh, I love that from Classics. Just leaves his...
No look.
Leaves a double fist bump out there. He knows nobody's going to leave him hanging. 3-2 score. It's exactly what they want to see. They very easily could be 2-0 up here. I mean, the goals they've conceded in game 1 at the end were preventable, certainly. But then you look at all the goals the Bricks conceded here, they're also pretty easily preventable. Should they just be a little bit more patient coming off the goal line? Cux reminded me of Asdrol, actually, with his positioning as he approaches the corner, just coming off the goal line too soon, and they end up getting in trouble. That's going to be a 1-0 lead. We've seen this kickoff goal so much this tournament, and it just keeps on happening. The River Rats on top. That's just going to be the easiest goal Turbo's going to score all day. He did get in there just in the nick of time, though. Well done with the speed on the cheap.
I think Corrupted G's now been taking lessons from Classics when it comes to those kickoffs.
It's happening again.
Yeah, they're just so good at this. And this is something that I speak to Doomsy about a lot. He's sort of surprised at how little teams prioritize working on the kickoff.
The only set piece in Rocket League, the only time in the game where you know exactly where the ball is going to be and exactly where all the cars are going to be. Still so random. It's a decent shot by Corrupted G. Sets up the follow-up for Turbo, 2-0. The River Rats with authority take game 3 rather, into a 2-goal lead.
It's taken no time at all. This one is simply unsavable after the backboard. And Turbo Pulsar, weekend long. He is getting every shot just a little bit below the crossbar. Whenever he's taking a shot right now, he is just blasting it as well as he possibly can. When he's got that sort of consistency on him, he is capable of very dangerous things. And you know, River Rats, they start off this weekend as sort of like a pickup team, a team that we were expecting to be a little bit fun.
Bit of a meme team.
But as we get further and further, they are becoming a genuine threat.
Oh yeah, they're such an awkward team to play against. One of the most composed teams that we've seen on stage, certainly. You know, a lot of teams have struggled with their defensive position. The River Rats are not one of them, making it very difficult to score multiple goals on them. And since I know a lot of people are very interested in the potential River Rats versus Dignitas matchup, you'll be sure glad to know that it is still a possibility. Dignitas have made it through loser round 1 against Ghost, 3 games to 2. That's Ghost eliminated from the tournament. So if Dignitas make it past PSG in the last qualification match of this group, then there's potential that they'll match up against the River Rats in either the semi-finals or the grand final tomorrow. That's almost 3-0 right now. The River Rats going for better, even better, maybe even best later on.
Cooks here, can't make contact, speed. Looking for the backboard, the Bricks want to get some consistency back. As a lot was hanging right behind Speed. That is an awful position to be in if you want to go for a passing play. As Cooks here reads that one incredibly well. Prevents the almost certain death blow that would have been a 3-0 deficit. Just tend not to see them overturned at this sort of level. Classics. He actually has Turbo as an option downfield, and River Rats would like to have seen that get over to him, but there was contact by the Bricks. Still, this pace of this game, since the 2 goals went in for River Rats, has slowed down significantly, and that is exactly where River Rats want to be.
Yeah, they don't really want to be challenging the Bricks for aerial plays too often. They can contest them, but I think the Bricks have comfortably got their numbers most of the time. In aerial pace, the River Rats are dominating the 50-50 game, the ground game as well. Looking very good for them. With how good their kickoffs have been, it's hard to see the Bricks getting multiple goals in a row in quick succession.
Classics has had 20 phenomenal seconds for himself. 2 demos, 200 boosts stolen. This is going to be the first major boost that the Bricks have managed to pick up on Speed for a very long time.
Another one gone.
This is a focus now for River Rats, but what a clear that is. Finally a bit of breathing room, but they've got to do a lot more than just that. 2 minutes to overcome 2 goals. And River Rats are just consistently pinging the ball back into that final third. As the Bricks just can't get anything going for themselves. Speed tries for a block. That was a desperation maneuver. The River Rats so comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, it's a great pre-jump save there by Cox, but like you said, they need more. They need the ball in offense, and they can't get it there. Unlike game 1 and 2, where they were sat in the River Rats end for long periods of time. They're the ones being boxed in. The boost control of the River Rats is exceptional. I don't think I've once seen the camera switch to someone and them not having either a boost steal or a boost secure coming in momentarily.
For the first time, the Bricks have managed to steal some large boosts on the other side of the field. Shot off the post. With time running out, that could be crucial. Over to the wall, Speed to the far side, a lot. tried to find speed once again. Just couldn't quite get it accurately down to him. Off the backboard, and it's that problem area once again. River Rats gonna secure game 3.
See, Turbo is shaking his head a little bit here, thinking, is this actually happening? Classics with the double touch onto Cuxer, and a lot can't get there as well. 3-0, and this is definitely the most down and out I've seen the Bricks this whole tournament. Even when they're losing games earlier on against Dignitas, they looked like they were communicating well and staying in the game. Right now, the River Rats have really got their number.
Over to the middle. Classics just clears. I love the height that they're putting on every single one of these. Put the ball low, it's very easy to get a nice clear. If you put the ball high, not only forcing boost out, but the clears are a little bit more difficult to try and get them all the way downfield. The River Rats slowing the pace of the game so well. A lot needed that one to work. Cooks' shot's not on target. I think that might have been the last major flurry from the Bricks. There's yet another save from Classics. Final 10 seconds. And River Rats making themselves known throughout DreamHack Valencia. They are a force to be reckoned with right now.
Yeah, multiple good saves. Some great midfield control by the River Rats. They're showing us in this game they're not just a one-trick pony sitting back and waiting for misplays, waiting for counter-attack opportunities. Got the kickoff goal. The Classics just... Did he just paper Turbo Pulse's fist bump? I didn't quite catch that one. Looks like Turbo just got outplayed yet again. He's still going at it with the water bottle as well.
It's almost empty.
You know, if they... You might get to this break. You could. He's definitely got the
He's slowing down.
But,
have you ever seen those eating challenges where, like, 50 minutes in, they're starting to really struggle? That's speed right now with this quarter.
He's probably going to get his second win soon, but if they don't win game 4, he's not going to have any more chances to finish this bottle on camera. Man, he's just going for it. He's never satisfied. Oh, man.
I do want to speak to you very quickly, though, about Turbo Pulsar, because some people might just look at this and just go, oh, Turbo Pulsar is just a super sub. There's more to it than that. Turbo's play style is just so easy to try and fit in on any team. He's just, I don't want to say basic, but you know what you're going to get from him. You know how solid his rotation is, and you know that he's barely ever going to make a mistake.
The best way I can think of to describe Turbo Pulsar is that he makes his teammates look better. Every team that he's come onto has ended up looking pretty good at some point. You know, they've not always been consistent. There've been ups and downs, but all the teams he's on, it makes his teammates play well. He's just good at moving around people. It's not like he's playing with a flow chart and checkboxes thinking, okay, these are the things I'm going to do. He just goes into the game and at any given moment tries to do the best thing for him and his team. Very great player to play with.
So here we go. Game 4 must win for the Bricks, and more importantly, feels like they need to get a goal. They need to get it first, and
how about that?
This is going to be exactly what they required. A bit of momentum for the Bricks, and they've got it early.
Yeah, it's risky play there. Classics cutting across Corrupted G. I think it was Corrupted G at least, and that's not a conventional ball to attack if you are in Classics position, because you have to go so far. You're chasing after the ball the whole way, not a spot that the defender is going to be surprised by either. It does end up coming out at the wrong end of a 50-50 and conceding. The leads have been changing hands quite a lot this series, except the last game we just saw. Had both teams in front at some point. Let's see if game 4 will continue that trend.
Shot right down the middle. Classic should have that covered, and he's kept it close to the wall. Gives his team time to put themselves back into position. Speed. Just puts it straight over to Turbo. Speed brought back into the play now, but couldn't make contact with the ball. This is going to be River Rats' attempt to try and clear. A couple of passes being strung across. Corrupted G's got to try and follow. Pass back. It's not quite good enough, and this is not a good touch from Turbo. Classic's forced to try and bail him out. But River Rats got a chance. Here's Corrupted G. 1-1.
What a recovery. Out of an aerial 50-50, he just keeps on going. It looks like the ball actually came off the Bricks car. Corrupted G just stays with it, reads the bounce off the ground, puts it in the open net. We're all tied up.
One of those ones where it looks really good, but Corrupted G, it was landing perfectly for him. Very solid from River Rats. A lot of challenges going their way as of late, and it is creating opportunities. So a Pulsar threatening an extra touch. He's going to drop down. G to the backboard. Can he get a follow-up touch? No, Classics just going to move it in towards the middle.
Yeah, it looks like the bricks are in a reasonable position here. Oh, it's actually a last-ditch save by Cugs on that Turbo Pulse shot. They are pretty well spread out. Corrupted G dismantles a lot of the near post. Almost in field from Classics, but Turbo as third man doesn't want to dive in if that isn't 100% safe to do so. So I agree with him turning back there. Just wants to wait for a better chance later on. You know, you're talking earlier on about Turbo Pulse and what he brings to the team. Corrupted G is kind of a similar player in that regard. He has a lot of tendencies that are very easy to play with. So you put them both in the same team together. That's probably why they're having so much success. Cuxer does not find the top right corner. Just approaching halftime here. A lot with a great opportunity. Heavy first touch though. They're gonna have to back off and wait for another one.
Turbo, another booming clear. Classics, you know he'd want it. Finally gets the midfield 100. Just too late for him. Half of the game gone. In a game that the Bricks need to win. Speed, nice pop. But Turbo Pulsar so quick to all of these. Just one of those games where Turbo Pulsar has become a general across the field, dictating the pace of the game. Corrupted G right behind Turbo. Turbo puts it over the top, but this could be a little bit dangerous. Classics over to Speed. Speed might want to take this all the way. He's going to try for it. Forces players up. That's going to be low boost now on a lot of the River Rats. Going to try and hold this one out. Here's Cooks here. Goes for a double, but Corrupted G holds the backboard well.
Back pass by Classics should relieve a bit of pressure also. Really smart play by him. Turbo Pulse guides it all the way down the field. Bricks are still looking deadly. They've been reinvigorated after the goal earlier this game. They're starved out in the third game of the series, but game 4 they're back to life. River Rats still looking no less deadly, and they have all series long, tournament long really.
Cooks here, looking for Speed. Speed actually chooses to back out. Never quite convinced that he had the opportunity to beat Classics. Oh. Speed was merely a spectator to that one, just bouncing off the crossbar. Just over a minute now.
No way he was going to get there. He's just hoping that comes off the bar in a favorable angle. Luckily for him, it did. There was someone else in his team following up. Corrupted G is striking the ball very well right now. Multiple shots. Being hit on target with Venom, but oh dear, Turbo Pulse has centered it for a lot. There's a shot. He's got saved by Classics. That's not the way you want to see the River Rats concede. They do end up losing this game. Volleyball clear by a lot into space. Speed looking for it, but Turbo Pulse is going to beat him to it. It's another center ball by Turbo to a lot though, and a lot just like game number 1. Flies off the complete wrong direction. That could have been disastrous.
Got to keep an eye on the River Rats as well. Whenever they get someone downfield, they like to loiter, steal, boost, and demo.
Oh.
Here's going to be Corrupted G. Flip shot! Unbelievable by Corrupted G.
Oh my goodness, Corrupted G. I think he's just misread that, thinking it's going to go straight down. It kicks off the wall, but he reacts so well. And the backflip got so much power on the shot as well. I don't know how he's managed to catch it that cleanly. And they lead with just 27 seconds to go. The Bricks need a goal to stay in the series. Winner of this moves on to day 3 of the competition.
20 seconds now. Over the top a lot. Needs to create something for his team. That is not great ball control. Cooks here dives in. Is going to leave Speed all by himself. This is exactly where the River Rats have thrived. But this time Speed just gets over the top. Double commit as well by the River Rats. And Corrupted G with a tap on helps his team. As this is going to hit the floor. River Rats will move on to day 3.
Wow, what a game 4 by Corrupted G. 2 insane goals. And they're going to be the first team to move on to day 3, joined, of course, by Vitality from earlier today. That is just incredible. We've got Gibbs just running around backstage here. He is thrilled. They're not going to be looking for a new coach just yet.
And I do believe Dreadnought's got some changing to do.
What scenes here. What a time to be alive. This is definitely the most insane Rocket League timeline. No doubt about that.
Well, that is going to be us done here. When we come back, we've got more DreamHack Valencia action.